Hello everyone, my name is Chance Brunton and welcome back to the StarCraft II Wings of Liberty campaign. In the last mission, we helped Gabriel Tosh mine the resources off of a planet called Redstone 3, and we got a lot of credits and some research out of it. Of course, we can't use the research anymore because we've maxed out the tech tree, but we sold the excess so that we could get even more credits out of it. Now, we're going to go with Tosh again on another mission to a planet called Belshir to collect some kind of special gas called terrazine. Unfortunately, that gas is wholly to the Tal'Darim Protoss. Good news, however, is that the Tal'Darim are horrible, and so we really don't mind killing them for it.
Here we go. Much prettier than Redstone, yeah?
I don't much like fighting Protoss if I can avoid it.
Not just any old Protoss. Fanatics called the Tal'Darim. They believe the terrazine is sacred. A gift from the Xel'Naga.
If these Tal'Darim bring in their air power, they're gonna hammer us. Swan, get the Goliath schematics loaded at the factory. If their anti-air missiles are still any good, we might just pull this off.
All right, cowboy. I'll get the Goliath schematics loaded so we can build more.
How do we get to the terrazine?
See those altars? Tal'Darim mystics set them up to collect the terrazine. We just need to grab it.
Well, our SCVs will be able to haul the terrazine. We just gotta keep them protected. With any luck, we can pick up what we need before the Tal'Darim find us.
Sounds simple enough.
All right, let's get to it.
All right. So we're going to steal terrazine from the Tal'Darim Protoss. Tip says, always bring an escort to guard your SCVs when harvesting terrazine. Sure enough, they will try to attack while we're harvesting the terrazine, so that will become important. However, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, because these Goliaths are awesome. And in fact, they may be worth upgrading after we're done. So one of the first things I want to do is set up the automated refinery, because it's a relatively cheap investment at the beginning of the game, and then it just automatically pulls resources until that geyser runs out.
Here are the coordinates for the terrazine sites, brother. These should make our lives a little easier.
And
Our SCVs can pick up terrazine canisters and move them. It'll take them a while to disconnect the canister, so make sure you watch out for them.
Alright, so I called down a mule to help speed up the process of collecting minerals as well. And one of the first things we're going to want to do is set up our defenses.
Yes, sir.
Bunker at each ramp seems alright.
Bad news. SCV.
And once we get a bunker set up at each ramp with some Marines in it, and we have a small force of Goliaths to push out with,
Not enough
and we can
minerals.
actually, we don't want just Goliaths, do we? Probably, maybe, because it's just simple to do that. But one nice thing about the Goliaths is that after we're done with this mission, we'll be able to upgrade them so that they can attack air and ground units at the same time. And then that makes them really effective units. In the meantime, however, I don't think we're going to have that luxury, which is unfortunate.
Big job.
And I know the Protoss are going to attack with some air, so let's set up some
whatever.
turrets to help defend
Add-on
the bunkers.
complete.
Start queuing up some Marines, and always
Not
make
enough
sure there are
minerals.
SCVs on the way. And we're doing alright. We should be able to push out pretty soon. So there are several geysers nearby that we can get. In fact, I'm tempted to go out and just try and grab 4 of them
Additional supply
right
depots
away.
required.
Go, go, go!
The additional supply depots, so we might as well build a wall
In the
off
rear with the gear.
You can
with them
buy the number.
to help shore up our defenses.
Incoming transmission.
Oh, who's this?
This land was sacred to the Tal'Darim before Terrans ever reached the stars. You must depart immediately.
Ain't gonna
Hold
happen.
on now. We just need some of this gas here, and we'll be long gone before you know it.
No. You shall not defile the breath of creation. Tal'Darim warriors, execute all those who would desecrate our altars.
The Protoss are mobilizing, sir. Looks like they're gonna go after our SCVs when we harvest the terrazine. I suggest we only harvest one side at a time and run with a heavy escort.
Alright. Duly noted. I'm not going to be that cautious.
You scared me.
Once we've got our wall off done here, we've got a couple more Goliaths on our way.
The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
Wonderful. The Tal'Darim are sealing off the Terrazine altar so we can't get at them. If they keep it up, we won't be able to collect enough.
Alright, so this is the other thorn in our side. So the Tal'Darim are going to force attacking them sooner rather than later because of this. But that's okay, because we have enough. Now, one thing that we're definitely going to need here is some supporting science vessels so that we can repair easily in the field. Fortunately, we also have regenerative biosteel, which is going to heal the Goliaths up passively, but the science vessel will just kind of give a boost to that. Now, I think, do we have enough yet? No, we don't have, I don't think we have enough yet to actually be able to take many altars. So let's build up a few more Goliaths
Not
before
enough
doing
minerals.
anything serious.
Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
Don't leave me hanging.
We need to start pushing out pretty soon. Let's queue up some more Goliaths. Oh, we just lost a Goliath because I ran in stupidly.
The doctor is in.
Okay, well, we've lost
The doctor is in.
far more Goliaths than we should have. But it's okay because we're getting everything
Where
else
does
set
it
up.
hurt? Is it critical?
And so we're still making some headway. But in future, we want to minimize our losses by trying to keep up with repairs, upgrade armor, stuff like that. Let's get some other Goliaths out into the field. We built a tech reactor on this barracks, but we're gonna switch the barracks out for the starport. So now we can build some science vessels to send along. Start with 4, maybe. And what else have we got? Oh, siege breakers. Siege breakers will be a very cost-effective means of dealing some heavy damage.
Upgrade complete.
And maybe upgrade vehicle plating to help the science vessels keep up with repairs.
Need something. Speak up. What's that?
Alright, now these siege breakers are good. And notice that siege breakers have a slight overlapping range, so both siege breakers can just barely reach the other side of the furthest defenses. That's going to be useful
Additional
if
supply depots
one side of the
required.
defenses is really getting hammered. Like if any zealots get close, we'll see this back siege tank fire. None of them are going to get very close at the moment, but if they did, in theory, then we would see that fire.
Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
Assistance required.
Oh, we need more supply depots. We also need to go rush to that altar.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Alright. Let's run. Oh, and we picked up some Protoss research. That's nice and handy. Oh, this Goliath's getting destroyed. Yeah, we do not have enough armor to hold up to all this kind of punishment, unfortunately. But it's alright. I think the Protoss might be about to get this, because I don't think we can get there in time. Yep, we cannot get there in time. It's alright. They can seal off several altars. They can seal off 7. Or, well, they can seal off 6 before we lose the mission.
Gas.
So we're still doing okay. And let's upgrade another vehicle weapons after the vehicle armor upgrade's done. Right now, the main thing we need is more Goliaths. Although having a couple more science vessels wouldn't hurt too much. But I think the primary thing here is we need more Goliaths, definitely. We also really need to move out. I am being extremely slow
Complete.
about moving out and doing anything.
Yeah.
Let's try and take some of these closest.
In the rear with the gear.
Let's take some of these closest Terrazine altars.
Bad news.
So let's move 4 SCVs out across the map. And we will send one of them to that altar, one of them to that altar, one to that altar,
Warning.
and
The
one to
Tal'Darim
that
are sealing
altar.
off a Terrazine altar.
And we will come do battle up here.
Bold move, Mr. Reyna. Collecting Terrazine from 2 places at once.
Sure, it's gonna be harder to keep the Tal'Darim off our backs, but the quicker we're done here, the sooner we can get off this rock.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking. So,
Not enough
we need to keep
minerals.
a careful eye on these altars.
Not enough minerals.
You shall not steal the breath of creation so easily.
Oh, I think I will.
Careful. They're sending their ships to take out your SCVs. Shoot them down quick, or we're finished.
Yep. Well, so far it's going pretty good.
I've got the first canister on hook, sir. I'll take it to the nearest command center.
Sounds great. Now we're,
Good job. That's the first canister filled.
having some problems at the base. Obviously, we need a more forward missile turret to help with some of those void rays.
3 down. You're doing great. Keep it up.
Go ahead.
That's over half the canisters you wanted.
That was a pretty big victory to get them all at once. So let's make sure that we have other upgrades and more Goliaths queued, and then we can just start steamrolling some of the Protoss here. Just do massive damage to the Protoss mining base out here, and push our way towards some of the Terrazine altars on the right.
Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
That's bad. We need to rush to that altar.
Upgrade complete.
We need those science vessels to move up and actually start doing something. Oh, this is not going well. Taking so much damage here. Might not be able to push through in time to stop that capping.
Navcom locked.
Maybe.
Confirmed. Goliath online.
Nope. Did not quite make it in
Mineral
time.
field depleted.
Alright, so they've sealed off 2 altars, but that's okay. Now we need to remember that there are Protoss relics
Go
around,
ahead, Navcom.
and we need to try and steal those as soon as possible. So let's start searching for them. Oh, I saw something move over here.
Navcom
Are they going to try
locked.
capping one of the right-hand altars? Possibly. Let's move some SCVs up to take some of these altars that we have now secured.
Butter my biscuit.
Goliath online.
At least attempt to.
Yep.
Channel.
Oh! The Protoss are rebuilding down there. Should have just destroyed
Our
everything.
SCVs are under attack.
I may have just sent a couple
Base
SCVs to their
is under
death.
attack.
Yeah, the Protoss have started rebuilding some stuff down there. That's unfortunate. Fortunately, we are doing much better on our defenses down here. That turret's armor is really helping out. Wasn't quite enough, but it's fine. Oh, and now the Tal'Darim are trying to attack these SCVs up here, but we've got plenty of forces to be able to defend it. Excellent. So then once these SCVs have gone back, we'll
Warning.
retreat.
The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
Assistance required.
Once these SCVs are heading back, we'll go clean up some of these outposts and free up the way to a couple more of these Terrazine gas geysers. Let's get some more upgrades on the way. Maximize damage and armor. Let's queue up a load of more Goliaths.
Rear with the gear.
And let's build
What's
some
going on?
additional
Depleted.
supply depots. So that we actually have the
Systems function.
capacity for all of those Goliaths.
Navcom locked.
Now
Mineral
let's start
field
just
depleted.
doing some massive damage here.
Damn those Tal'Darim. Every altar they shut down sets us back further. You need to get some of your boys out there and stop them.
It's fine, we only need one
You
more.
and your raiders sure can walk the walk. We just need one more canister.
I'm gonna shut down this Protoss base first, but I am a little bit worried about accidentally finishing the mission before managing to get all of the research. So the next priority is to hunt down all of the possible research on this mission.
Systems functional.
So let's do that. We could also maybe position an SCV, get an SCV ready to take, like, this Terrazine geyser. Oh, here's another capping party, so let's just destroy them really quick while we can.
Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing off a
and here's another one.
altar. Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
They are really stepping up.
Comlink online.
Okay, so let's just leave this SCV here.
Go ahead, TACOM.
He's fine. And I believe the other Protoss relic is somewhere up here. Ah, there it is. Now we just have to find our way around to it
Our
somehow.
SCVs are under attack.
Oh, man. Oh, man. That was a big party moving out. I think they're attacking our base again.
Mineral field depleted.
That's unfortunate. Let's close up the defenses and get these Goliaths closer to the front line, because I think they're about to attack. Oh, no, saw them on the map over on the left. They're going to attack from the south. So let's get some more Goliaths down there. Okay, perfect. We're holding off fine. So let's gather this Protoss relic, because it's the last thing we're going to need. Alright, unpowered those cannons. Take out that warp prism, which provides... warp prisms are like troop transports. They can also provide some power when in stationary mode. And now we have all the research, we have everything we need. Now we just need to take one final geyser. Is our SCV still up here? No, he's not. Alright, well, we'll take a geyser slightly closer to home.
Warning. The Tal'Darim are sealing off a Terrazine altar.
It's fine, they can have that one. No, they can't, actually. Well, I mean, they can.
Our SCVs
It's
are
not
under
that bad.
attack.
I didn't realize both of these are capped down here, which means we can't take them. The nearest one we can take is
under
probably
attack.
this central one.
Mineral field depleted.
Oh, we're having some problems at home, though. So, maybe we should deal with that. In fact, let's just, well, our Goliaths are already back home anyway, so let's use them. And oh, there's an observer there. Oh, our science vessels detected it and our Goliaths shot it down. Okay, that's fine. Let's send an SCV up to this geyser, and let's send our full escort to it. All we need is one more geyser, so we've basically won. The Protoss cannot marshal a force strong enough to stop these Goliaths, so we're fine. We've almost finished the second level of armor upgrade. I doubt it'll finish in time to be useful to us, but it's still nice anyway. So how long does it take to cap this? Like 60 seconds, which is a bit faster than real time, so.
These reckless Terrans must be stopped. Slay them all.
Less than a minute that we have to hold out. Yeah, it's no problem.
Affirmative.
Any moment now, this SCV is going to finish collecting the Terrazine, and then we'll have everything we need. That's the force they sent to kill us. Not going to happen. Oh, and here's another party come to cap geysers. Oh wow, actually they're marshaling a bigger force because they've got all sorts of things colliding on us. But even then, barely put a dent in our numbers. So now we just follow this SCV back home, shoot anything that tries to stop it. In fact, the SCV's running out a bit ahead of us, which is a little more annoying, really, when you're cutting it close, because then the SCV tends to run out ahead and get itself killed. But we're fine.
That's the last canister. I think we've outstayed our welcome, boys.
So we're upsetting the Tal'Darim in Tychus's missions, stealing artifacts from them. We're upsetting them in Gabriel Tosh's missions, because we're stealing holy gases from them. And we're just really ticking them off at every twist and turn. Hopefully that's not going to come back to bite us. I don't really know. It hasn't that I've seen, but I haven't seen the whole story yet. Hyperion Bridge.
Sir, I received an encrypted transmission from an untraceable source. It claims that Tosh here was part of a classified operation called Project Shadowblade. They used Jorium and Terrazine to enhance ghost powers.
That explains a lot.
It's true. We are called Spectres. Next generation ghosts.
And you were gonna tell me all this when?
We all have our secrets, Mr. Rena. Doesn't mean I'm any threat to you.
Maybe not. But whoever sent this message could be. Matt, any way to verify the transmission?
No, sir. But it does end with, "I'll be in touch soon."
It's Minsk, trying to turn us against each other. Don't let him.
I'll let it lie for now. At least till I find out who sent this transmission. But I'll be keeping an eye on you, Tosh.
You can try.
Always liked that reply. Hyperion Cantina, 1 hour later. Yeah, there wasn't any particular call for him to tell us that right away. So, I don't see why anybody would be upset by it. Ah, now that's tempting. We've now unlocked, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, new mercenaries, which are Goliath mercenaries. And that's pretty tempting, because I do really like the Goliaths. But, maybe worth saving credits for now and thinking on it. So let's see what everyone has to say.
That Tosh is a whack job, Jimmy. Spends all his time muttering and playing around with those damn dolls of his.
Well, I need someone to balance out your sophistication and good manners.
The guy ain't riding ahead, brother. I can appreciate some good honest craziness. But that guy, he's got something broke inside.
Interesting.
Still don't trust me, brother. Until you decide, ain't nothing to discuss.
Alright. Be that way.
I repeat, death toll is in the thousands. A Dominion weapons plant exploded hours ago, causing a chain reaction that has taken out several housing complexes in this working-class neighborhood. Dominion security forces claim it was an act of terror by the notorious Jim Raynor, but our own investigations suggest that the plant must have been infiltrated by forces with sophisticated stealth technologies. It begs the question, could some of the Dominion's ghost operatives have gone rogue? For UNN, this is Kate Lockwell reporting from the core world, Nephor 2.
Interesting. So perhaps Tosh's people are doing that. Stealing a weapons lab, huh? What sort of things would they get from a weapons lab? In specific, I mean, apart from the obvious weapons.
I've run a few tests on the terrazine gas like you asked. It's clearly related to Vespene gas, but there are some very exotic organics added into the mix.
Any guesses what it's used for?
Well, it would definitely affect brain chemistry, so it could be used as some kind of drug or stimulant, I suppose.
Drugs, huh? That's just wonderful.
As if there wasn't already enough for that. Alright, so Swan's got nothing to say. Before we go to the bridge, let's check out the armory console. Definitely want to look at vehicles. The Goliath, that's the last vehicle we're going to unlock upgrades for. And we can give it significantly increased range and the ability to attack both air and ground units simultaneously. Both are extremely cheap upgrades, and I think both are extremely valuable. So we'll be using Goliaths in the future. I've just invested heavily in them. So, kind of have to now. Well, don't have to, but really should.
What do you make of that encrypted message, Matt?
I honestly don't know, sir. If Tosh really is one of these specters, it's clear Mengsk would try to ruin your partnership. But Tosh isn't telling us everything. If we're going to win this revolution...
I know. We have to be sure of our allies.
Yeah, and I'll point out that last time we had a revolution like this was when we overthrew the Confederacy, and our ally was Minsk. And then he took over and created the Dominion, and turned out to be just as bad as the Confederacy ever was. I believe that's how Raynor described it. So, we don't want that happening again. That would be horrible. Alright, so that's everybody for now. So if we look back at the board, as per usual, we've got the same quests that we had before, along with New Folsom, which is the continuation of this storyline.
New Folsom is ripe for the taking, man. Every voice that was ever raised against Minsk is pinned up inside those walls. We let all them prisoners loose, and he'll never know what hit him. Just let me know when you're ready to pull the trigger.
So this mission will give us a lot of bonus opportunity, or a lot of credits, 125,000 just standard, and then opportunities for 50,000. We've never seen that before, the opportunity for bonus credits instead of just research as a bonus. So that's kind of unique to this mission. Another interesting thing which we have for this mission is that the portrait in the lower right-hand corner, I'll have to make sure that I'm not blocking it during editing, but the portrait of the unit that we'll get for this mission is just a question mark. We don't know what we're going to get for this mission. And there's a very interesting reason for that we will go into in the next episode. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.
Oh look, by repeatedly spam clicking everything, I get monkeys.
I'm pretty sure that there's a monster back there. Oh, he's right there! Oh god, I ran the wrong way! I ran the wrong way! Oh. That could have saved me 100 times right now. Oh.